Have you ever dreamed of flying a plane, soaring through the clouds, and seeing the world from a bird's-eye view? There's something truly magical about being in the pilot's seat, with the control panel at your fingertips and the vast blue sky ahead. The world of aviation is filled with endless possibilities and unmatched freedom. Imagine the thrill of navigating through the heavens, the exhilaration of the takeoff, the serenity of cruising at 30,000 feet, and the satisfaction of a perfect landing. Becoming a pilot is no small feat. It requires dedication, discipline, and a zeal for continuous learning. From understanding flight dynamics to mastering cockpit controls, from rigorous training to stringent examinations, the journey is as challenging as it is rewarding. So, if the idea of breaking free from the Earth's tether and exploring the skies is something that resonates with you, continue this journey with us as we break down the steps to becoming a pilot. Before you can even step foot in the cockpit, there are a few requirements you need to meet. First, let's talk about age. For most countries, the minimum age to start your pilot training is 17 years old. However, you can only be issued with a private pilot license when you turn 18. For aspiring commercial pilots, you'll need to wait until you're a ripe age of 21. Next, education. A high school diploma or equivalent is often required to kickstart your journey to the skies. While not always mandatory, a bachelor's degree can be quite advantageous, especially in fields like aviation, physics, or engineering. This isn't just about ticking boxes, it's about equipping yourself with the knowledge that will help you understand the science of flight. Language proficiency is another key requirement. English is the universal language of aviation. Regardless of your native tongue, you'll need to be able to read, write, speak, and understand English fluently. You'll be communicating with air traffic control, reading flight manuals, and understanding weather reports, all in English. Now let's talk about medical fitness. Piloting is not just a mental game, it's also physical. You need to be in good health to handle the demands of flying. This means passing a medical exam conducted by an aviation medical examiner. They'll check your vision, hearing, heart function, and even your mental health. Lastly, before you can fly solo, you'll need a student pilot certificate. It's a document issued by the aviation authority in your country, signifying that you've met the basic qualifications to start your training. Keep in mind, these are just the basic requirements. Different countries and flight schools may have additional criteria, so it's always best to check with the aviation authority or flight school in your area. After meeting these requirements, the next step is to start your flight training. All with the prerequisites out of the way, it's time to spread your wings and start your flight training. This journey begins on the ground in a classroom setting where you'll learn the basics of flight. This is known as ground school. Here, you'll study aircraft operations, navigation, weather, and aviation regulations, all of which form the foundation for every pilot's knowledge. Alongside ground school, you'll also start your practical flight lessons. This is where the magic happens. You'll be in the cockpit, hands on the controls, learning to maneuver an aircraft under the watchful eye of an experienced flight instructor. You'll learn how to take off, navigate, communicate with air traffic control, and of course, land safely. Now here's where things get real. You can't just jump into the cockpit and fly off into the sunset after a few lessons. You need to accumulate a certain number of flight hours. This varies depending on the type of pilot's license you're aiming for. For instance, if you're working towards a private pilot's license, you'll need at least 40 hours of flight time, with at least 20 hours of that being with an instructor and 10 hours solo. Flight training is not just about logging hours in the sky, though. You'll also need to pass written and practical exams. The written exam will test your understanding of what you learned in ground school. The practical exam, also known as the check ride, is the final step. It's a one-on-one examination with a designated pilot examiner where you'll demonstrate your flying skills and decision-making capabilities. It might seem daunting, but remember, every pilot from your local flight instructor to the captain of a jumbo jet went through this same process. It's a journey of learning, practice, and growth, pushing your limits and expanding your horizons. Once you've passed your exams and logged the required flight hours, you're well on your way to earning your pilot's license. Now that you've completed your flight training and passed your exams, you're almost there. The final step is earning your pilot's license. You've put in the hours, mastered the maneuvers, and aced your exams. The last hurdle between you and the open skies is obtaining your private pilot's license. This involves a final check ride, which is essentially a practical test of everything you've learned so far. It's conducted by an FAA examiner who will assess your ability to operate an aircraft safely and competently. The check ride begins with an oral examination where you'll be quizzed on various aspects of aviation. This is followed by the actual flight, where you'll demonstrate your skills in takeoffs, landings, navigation, emergency procedures, and more. This might sound daunting, but remember, by this point, you're well prepared and ready to show off your piloting prowess. Upon successful completion of the check ride, congratulations! You're now a licensed private pilot, free to explore the skies. But the journey doesn't have to stop there. With additional training and experience, you can advance to earning commercial and airline transport pilot licenses. These higher-level licenses allow you to fly larger aircraft, carry passengers for hire, and even command the cockpit of a commercial airliner. It's a longer journey, sure, but one filled with exciting opportunities and immense rewards. And there you have it. You're now a licensed pilot, ready to take to the skies. Becoming a pilot is a journey that requires dedication, hard work, and a passion for aviation. From dreaming of flight, understanding the requirements, undergoing rigorous flight training and examinations, to finally earning your pilot's license, each step is a testament to your resilience. Remember, the path might be challenging, but every high-flying adventure begins on the ground. So, if you've ever dreamed of flying a plane, know that the sky's not the limit, it's just the beginning. Start your journey today.